Oh my God. I have to go alone. I've gained weight, so I'm fat again. What are we doing? At least negate one, like have a friend and be fat, or be skinny and go alone. But being fat and alone is like the worst thing that you can do at a concert.
A lot of nice stuff for merch wise. Kind of want.
The line starts at this end, folks.
There's actually not that many people in line for merch.
Like, we all have the main shirts, but like, some of the booths have the black hoodies, some of them have the gray hoodie, and the green hoodie. And then there's like one or two. And they were so cute. Once it shrinks, it builds up. It builds up the night.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Miss Philly. Today we're going to talk about being fat and alone at the Justin Timberlake concert yesterday, so stay tuned. While we're doing this, we're going to do a little bit of a mukbang because I'm not doing a haul. We're just talking like girlfriends, like what up? Like I want to tell you about my experience. Girl, you want to know what happened yesterday? Then and I went to Tim Hortons and got some turkey and a grilled chicken wrap. So we'll start with the grilled chicken wrap. Anyway, girl, I'm telling you. Okay, so we went to the Justin Timberlake concert alone because none of my real life friends wanted to go with me and spend $250 for a Justin Timberlake concert ticket. Yeah, it is a little bit expensive. It is. I don't think it's personally worth it. The seats where I were pretty good. But I don't think it was worth $250. $200 maybe, but $250 no. I bought the tickets back in November, so it's been a while, and I was like worried from the get-go when I purchased the tickets because I was like, oh my God, you know, I don't want to go to a concert if my seats suck and I can't see shit. Okay, so that's why whenever I go to concerts, I usually try and get the best, you know, seats that I can afford, and those were the seats that I got, which was like section 105, row 2, seat 16. So when I purchased the tickets in November, it was already on my mind. I'm like, oh my God. I'm kind of nervous because I'm going alone. I don't usually do things alone. And in November, I was lighter. I was like 280 pounds. Being now, I'm like 300 pounds. So back then, back in May of 2018, I went to the same arena and I fit in the seats properly and comfortably. In November, I was still around the same weight, so I wasn't worried until about January when I started gaining more weight, and I was like, oh my God, I remember how it is to sit in seats, because I went to a theater, like a movie theater, and the last time I was there was also like May, and then when I sat down, it was like comfortable, I wasn't touching the sides. And then I went to the same theater in January, my sides were touching the armrest, so I know I had gained weight, obviously. So once that happened, I was starting to get worried. I was like, oh my God, what if I'm beside people and I'm spilling over to their side? Because I'm one of those fat people that I don't want to bother people with my fatness, you know? If I'm spilling over to their side, that's my fault. That's not their fault. They purchased their ticket. They deserve to be comfortable as well, you know? That's what my own belief is. I'm not trying to go against my fat girls and my fat community, but that's how I feel. It's my personal opinion. And if you don't agree with it, you don't agree with it. Anyway, so around January, I was starting to get worried. I was like, oh my God, I have to go alone. I've gained weight, so I'm fat again. What are we doing? At least negate one, like have a friend and be fat, or be skinny and go alone. But being fat and alone is like the worst thing that you can do at a concert. So the day before the concert, I was trying to stress about it, and I didn't even leave the house. I was like, oh, if I don't go, I wasted $250. If I do go, I might have anxiety. I was like torn up, and it was literally like such first world problems. Not that anxiety is, but for me, I feel like, never mind. We won't even talk about that because people might be like, anxiety is a real issue. It is. But I mean, for me to have anxiety over a concert is kind of ridiculous. Like, I get people do have anxiety about that, but it's not like you're going to work. It's not like you're doing something where it's necessity. If you're having anxiety at a concert, then don't go, basically, right? Right? So the day prior to the concert, I was getting nervous. I couldn't, I wasn't able to like sleep. I was getting anxiety. And then the day of the concert, I tried to sell my ticket and nobody bought it. And I was like, I don't want to waste my money. I'll go. So we go to the concert. What I hate is lining up too, but there wasn't a lineup getting in, and usually there is, which is funny because Kevin Hart's concert, they didn't have a lineup to get in either. So I got in right away, went to the merch table, and I was like, oh, there's no lineup either. Quick, well, I bought what I wanted. And his merch is expensive, like the hoodies without his picture on it. It just said Man of the Woods and a symbol. $110. Like, I get that's how they make their money, but that's kind of ridiculous for a hoodie. I would have paid that if it had his picture on the front. So I was like, screw that. I'm not getting the hoodie because it doesn't even have his picture. So I opted for a t-shirt instead, and that was $50. And I'll show it to you in a second. So we arrived at the venue at about 6:50 p.m. Show was supposed to start at 7:30. I walked from my apartment there. It was literally only a 4-minute walk. Walked in straight, went to the security straight, got the merch straight, finally got into my seat like literally 7:05, and I was the only one there, like in my whole row. So I sat down and I was like, oh my God, these seats aren't even the kind. Because the thing is, when you're a fat person and you get the seats that have armrests, at least your fat is in the seat and enclosed. But these were like the foldable chairs, so there's nothing to enclose your side rolls, It's spilling over basically to the next person. I was like, this shit, I literally sat there from like 7 until 7:45 alone. So I was there for 45 minutes just alone, sitting there. I was like on my phone, pretending I'm doing shit, checking my social media. And then this couple comes beside me, and she was like super nice, but she was also super drunk. But super nice girl. I gave her my business card because we were talking about what you do, and I was like, I do YouTube videos. So if you're watching this, hi, add me on Instagram because you are so amazing. You are so nice. But she's one of those girls that are like really loud personalities and very outgoing and sociable. Like, she was like talking to everybody around. But it was her and her husband. Her husband was really nice as well. I felt comfortable that she was talking to me because I could have just sat there alone, not talk, and they didn't have to talk to me. But she was super, super nice. But they were like, they didn't actually sit down and watch the show until Justin came on, which was like 9 p.m. Show was supposed to start at 7:30. Opening act didn't come on until 8. And then Justin didn't actually come on until 9. So it was like, oh, okay. So she sat down, and I felt like I was kind of like invading her space a little with my thing. So I was basically like sitting like this. Well, I'll show you how. I had my Louis Vuitton Matisse Hobo. I had it folded like this, and my arms like this. And then my legs were, I'll show you like a full body shot in a second, like this. Instead of like trying to relax or, like that. I had them like tight in like this. And I was like sitting like this the whole time. So like sitting like that for a long time, like it cramps you up. It's not comfortable for you, The good part is though, when Justin came on, everybody stood up. So at least you weren't sitting there cramped. You're just standing up, so that was a good part about it. But if I was going to stand, I might as well went to the floor. Because the standing floor seats, you can be right up at the stage and see Justin. So that's something to think about next time. Because everybody was standing, nobody sat down. By 10:15, I kind of had enough of sitting and standing. And I heard all my favorite songs already. Like I heard My Love. Crimea River. Senorita.
Come on, such a beautiful
I heard Suit and Tie, In the Mirror. I heard
Aren't you so fine?
sexy back. So I heard all the songs I wanted to hear anyway. So I kind of told the people beside me, I'm like, I'm going for a bathroom break. They're like, okay, okay. And then I just left. So I felt kind of bad leaving them and not giving them a proper goodbye, because she was like super nice. She was offering me drinks. She's like, you want some beer? I'm like, I don't drink. She's like, what? It was super, super funny. And the couple beside me were like this kind of like rich looking white girl and white guy. And they looked kind of like classy. But she was also like drinking beer, but she was like classy. Like prim, proper, classy. Then me being like quiet, and then her being super loud. It was just like, whoo, you know. And then these two girls, probably like 19-ish, snuck up into the front, which is weird because when I checked tickets online, the whole front row, no tickets were available, but it was only occupied by 2 people at the end, and there was 6 seats there. So then these 2 girls, I heard them like, we're not in this row, but we're gonna sit here because no one's here. I'm like, okay, like that's really fair. You know, we could have sat there. I could have gotten that row, you know, gotten to that row. But they were just like, so like typical teens. They're like Snapchatting, like doing that all the time. It was like literally that's all they were doing. And then they were just always like had their light in my face, and everybody saying, not that the light bothered me, but they were just so like, I don't know, like if that's what a teenager is like these days, it's kind of like, you know, I'm not trying to take away from them because they were like nice and they were like having fun, and I get that's what you do when you're having fun these days, but it's kind of like a little too much for me anyway. I mean, I Snapchatted a few times, but I wasn't like always, you know, it wasn't like that at all. And also I was like super hungry because I didn't get any food or drink there because number 1, it's expensive. Number 2, I don't want to have to do a number 2 or also pee, because the lineups when you're peeing at a concert is insane. And then because the seats are so crammed together, you have to go through a bunch of people to get out of your seat, and it's like, ugh, so annoying, you know? And I'm the type of person that looks out for other people. I'm like, are they okay? I don't want to infringe on them. I don't want to impose on them, you know? So that was my whole thing. Like, I did enjoy my time there, but I would have preferred to have a friend with me. I didn't see anybody who went to the concert alone. And it's something that I don't want to do again. Like, I don't want to go to a concert alone again. This will be the only time that ever happens. I mean, unless I'm like a skinny hot bitch, then I wouldn't care because I have the confidence. But I just felt really like vulnerable. I felt very insecure, very like alone by myself. Like, even though people were talking, well, one person was talking to me, I still felt like I wasn't there with someone that, you know, either like a boyfriend or like a friend to go with, you know, something like that. Oh, Elise came up to me. Hi, Elise. Her and her cousin. That was so nice because I posted my seat number and section on my Instagram story, and they came downstairs to say hi to me, and I gave them a hug, and they were super nice. Sorry I didn't meet up with you guys after. I just kind of had enough. I wanted to go home. But that was super, super nice of them. I really appreciate that they did that. I feel like if you're going to the concert being fat, but with your friends, that's fine. I guess you'll have confidence because you're with your friends. Or if you're skinny and you go alone because you have confidence that you're skinny. But if you're like fat and alone, that's like a double negative. That's like the worst of the worst. Okay? That's like being like a fat Asian tranny. Like, who has it more worse than you do? Okay? I don't know. This turkey. At least I got to experience it. I love Justin. I've loved him since 1998. And I was glad that I got to experience his concert, but he not worth going fat and alone to a concert. I love him, but I ain't going to a concert alone by myself if I'm fat and alone ever again. Ain't happening. This is what I wore. My black jacket, my favorite tank top, my tights, because this is what I feel comfortable in. And I feel this makes me look less fat. Anyway, I'll show you the merch that we got. So it came in this Man of the Woods tour bag. And then this shirt was $50, this t-shirt. So overpriced. At least make your t-shirts $30. You'd sell more, I think. That's what it looks like. And what pisses me off, though, I didn't check, that the back tour dates doesn't have Winnipeg on here, even though they stopped in Winnipeg. It's not listed on here. It's kind of annoying. I mean, hello, you're in Winnipeg. Why didn't you put Winnipeg on your t-shirt? Do I think this is worth it? No. Because in total, I really paid $300 for the whole concert experience. And what did I experience? Being alone and being uncomfortable and being fat. Like, that's not the experience I'm looking for. I was looking for a JT, Justin Timberlake experience. Let's reenact how I was sitting. Yeah. Thank you.
Bend over, girl. Show me what you're working with. Shake your ass. Watch yourself. Shake your ass. Show me what you're working with. Attention, all your players and pimps right now in the place to be. I thought I told y'all dudes before y'all dudes can't mess with me. Now this ain't fun, no smoking teas, no sir, 'cause that won't do. Show me what you're working with. Till you got the biggest one, the mama come shake your ass.
Anyway, that was my experience at the Justin Timberlake concert. For the most part, I'm happy I went because for the experience. I got to see him live. The last time I saw him live was 1999 and I couldn't see shit. So I'm happy that I got to see him like literally like maybe 12 feet away from me. It was an experience for sure. I don't think it was worth the $250 ticket. I don't think that the merch was worth it, especially for the anxiety that I went through for it. I don't think it was worth it. I would have loved to go with a friend, but at least I got that experience and I got to go, and I realized too that I wasn't going to have a panic attack or anxiety while I was there. A lot of people were like, just go, and I was like, what if I like panic, fall off the balcony and roll down like a beach ball and then wind up on stage like a beached whale? In my mind, I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, oh my God. Anyway, guys, let me know if you've ever been to a concert by yourself. I would love to know. I know some of you messaged me on Instagram telling me that you have. I just don't feel like concerts are places you go by yourself to. It's more like an experience that you share with someone, like a husband, a boyfriend, friends. But going by yourself, I guess for some people it might work, but for me personally, I wouldn't want to go by myself again, and I probably won't go to a concert by myself again. But who knows, once I get skinny and hot, maybe we'll try it again, and maybe it'll be a different experience. You'll never know. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it. Don't forget to remain positive, productive, and progressive, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. I love you. Bye.